Today, let's talk about the 7 best realtor marketing strategies that I see in the industry. My name is Nick Kramer. I'm with Driven Leads, and we do internet marketing predominantly for the real estate world, residential real estate, and we've been doing this for 14 plus years. We've spent millions and millions of dollars online for our clients, and we've seen all kinds of fads come and go, and all kinds of stuff come in and come out of the market. So I'm going to talk about the 7 best things that I see right now that realtors can do for marketing strategies. And what I mean by marketing strategies is sort of getting a game plan together and executing. Without execution, all these suck, honestly. And without execution, all these are going to be, money lost. So right out of the gate, I'm going to talk about the one that we do most. And honestly, it's the one that can be most effective because you can put dollars in today. You can see leads today, leads tomorrow. You can consistently get leads every day. You can turn off leads for weekends. You can turn off leads at night. Google Ads, and it's not even close. That's where quote Zillow and Realtor get their leads. That's where your broker's probably buying leads if you're getting leads from your broker. So, and if they're not, it's probably not the best quality. But consistently and tried and true, some of the best strategies is working Google Leads, having a good website in place, a good CRM, a good follow-up plan, and just having all that in place. If you have that all in place, the best place to go would be Google Ads. Number 2 is something people don't talk a lot about. We talk about it with our clients if they've got a little bit more of a budget available or they're looking to test some things out. And usually it comes back with good results. It's Microsoft or Bing. That's a big opportunity that people don't really think about. But it tends to be an older demographic. Could be a demographic with a little bit more income or disposable income, so to speak. And with that older demographic, they're more prone to or more apt to answer the phone. They are more apt to engage with you and ask follow-up questions, and just the leads are a little bit higher quality as we see in certain markets. That doesn't mean that there's that it's the one you should go to first. We typically get people started in Google and then move into Microsoft, but Microsoft is a nice little nugget of a little niche that you can spend some money on. And we do have some clients that'll spend as much as they can in Microsoft, because if you're going to be able to spend, let's say you can spend, all numbers being equal, $10,000 a month in Google, you're probably only going to be able to squeeze $3,000 a month out in Microsoft. It's a much less opportunity, but it's out there and it's a big deal. It does have good quality leads, and again, if you've got a good follow-up system, a good website, it can be extremely effective. Good marketing strategy to throw that in there. Next one is going to be something that ties in when you're generating leads, is having a good email campaign, staying in front of them, answering questions, getting new information out in front of them. But be more personal. Don't take the tried and true email drip system that somebody gave you with a CRM. Personalize it. Have it talk more about your area. Have it talk about things that are relevant. What's going on when the weather changes. When do people typically do this or that? Now, that doesn't mean that you need to throw in there when the time changes are and when winter and spring and summer start. Everybody knows those dates. They do. Everybody knows when to jump back. Guess what? Our phones will help us do that for us. So be a little bit more proactive in your email drip campaigns. Throw some personal stuff in there. Throw some stuff that gets you that might get you some responses. Ask questions in those email drip campaigns, but don't be a robot. Email's free. It doesn't cost you anything to push these emails out for the most part, and they can be extremely effective. It can keep you top of mind for people, whereas people with email drip campaigns are going to get a lot more people coming back than somebody that came to your site. You never talked to them again. They filled out the form, but then you didn't call them, you didn't have a drip on them, you didn't do anything like that, and they end up going to the person because they're more likely to sign up somewhere else too. But they went to the person that was more attentive, more that answered more questions, that was more helpful in the long run when they're looking for a new house to buy. That goes into my fourth one. My fourth one is text campaigns. Text campaigns can be, again, like an email drip campaign. Technology's out there. A few years back, it was a really hot commodity to do texting. I think it's still kind of important to do. You can do automated text campaigns. You can do the AI stuff that answers questions when people respond and go back and forth. And then you can pick that text string up and answer it personally. I don't think it's a bad thing to do a text campaign and possibly even do a text video that's personalized. Hey Nick, saw that you were on the site. Let me know if you have any questions about what how do you save your searches and what you're doing on it. If there's anything that you want to see or anything that you need to know more information about, reach out to me. Here's my cell phone number. You can talk to me anytime. I got your number saved. So if you need anything, give me a holler. A text like that is going to be extremely valuable because people pick up their phones. 85% of all texts are read, I think is what that stat showed. I would be surprised if it wasn't higher than that. So when you're talking about doing texting, if you've got somebody's phone number, they filled out the form on your site, they're a lead in your system, you can get to that next level and that touch by doing a text, having it personal, doing a video. There's a ton of different ways to do that. There's good follow-up systems out there. But again, much like I said on emails, be personal. Don't necessarily be a robot. If you're doing AI, have it do some stuff that's a little quirky to make sure that the cadence looks a little bit more human. Make it be, mold that around your personality. You're unique. The reason you're successful is because you're a unique individual. So lean into that and be a unique person. Number 5 is one that we talk a lot about on this channel and talk a lot about in office and with our clients. It's video marketing on every single platform. I'll tell you what I think the top platforms are. I think if you go to YouTube right now, TikTok's a new hot commodity, Instagram, and then Facebook. You can do LinkedIn as well. There's nothing wrong with putting all of the stuff on all these platforms. You can do YouTube Shorts and then deliver those into Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn if you want. So you can do one video and push those out into all those platforms and do those individually. It takes time, I get it. But if you have a good strategy and you've got a good plan and you got a time to set up to do those videos, very relevant videos on market reports. When we first started doing this, people would send out a market report in an email, and it was like reading a foreign language or going back into statistics in college, which that was a class I freaking hated the most. So when I would look at that, I'd be like, this is terrible. But if I have somebody sitting there talking to me and pointing at stuff and saying, here's the numbers for this month, and this is what this deviates from last month, and this is what it looks like from the year before, and this is what I think it's going towards. You're the professional. You're the one that knows that. We don't know that as a consumer. So for you to be able to give us that information is very valuable. It's captivating to us, and can be something that we could really utilize from our side, and then say, hey, I'm going to go work with Agent X over here because they were very informative on their videos. They act like they know what the hell they're doing. It looks like they're getting deals going. It looks like they have a lot of clients. They have a lot of followings. I see them everywhere. So they must be extremely productive and extremely successful because we're seeing them everywhere. That's a perceived value. I mean, when you're on a site like YouTube talking about stuff, people are going to say, hey, they know what the heck they're talking about. This is important. I should probably listen to what they're having to say. So keep that in mind. Like, we think that video is an extremely popular solution that is only going to get more popular. And if you can get ahead of it and get into that next stratosphere, it's a great marketing strategy for realtors right now that I think is underutilized. There's a lot of people talking about it. The only problem is that we hear from probably over half of our agents, yeah, but I don't have the time. Yeah, but I don't have the technology. Yeah, but I don't have the know-how. Well, it takes a phone. It takes somebody to do the editing for you. We can help you find that editor. We know several good editors. We know several good solutions. It's not that tough. It's just getting over your yeah buts and doing it, right? If you need to know what videos work, we work with a ton of agents throughout the country. We know which ones are the most successful videos when they push them out onto YouTube. We know what's trending and what isn't, so we can answer those questions if you have them. Put a comment below and ask us what video we're seeing popping off right now, and we'll let you know. The videos are extremely important. I'll get off my soapbox and go to number 6. So number 6 is actually something that you might roll your eyes at, but it's extremely effective. It's mailers. Mailers help with that omnipresence, and doing that omnipresence is important because when you think about the fact that people came to your site and then maybe you didn't connect with them on the phone, maybe you didn't connect with them on texting or emails, maybe they didn't see your YouTube channel, maybe they're not on social media. People still look at their mail. And if you're sending out mailers and you're consistent with it, all studies show that that again gives you a perceived value of somebody that's extremely successful, somebody that knows that market. So if they look the list, hey, I know Joe over here, Joe Real Estate over here is actually really good at what he does. He just listed another one of my neighbor's houses. I got a mailer saying it. Extremely effective and something that everybody should look to do. Now I'm gonna do number 7, and it's gonna be kind of one that's weird. I say this every once in a while and people kind of look at me kind of cross. QR codes. QR codes on mailers, QR codes on videos, QR codes on your website, QR codes in emails and text. A QR code can be extremely valuable to a marketer like us. And what I mean by that is your 75-year-old grandma or parent, to that effect, knows how to use QR codes, because in the age of COVID, we were able to, in the age of the pandemic, I guess I shouldn't say COVID, that's probably not great to say. In the age of the pandemic, we forced everybody to do hands-free stuff and to do contactless stuff. And the QR code came back strong, to the point where they had a Super Bowl commercial for it a couple years ago. And everybody clicked on that and burnt down the servers that housed that QR code. But what that did, what people didn't understand, is that you can take the person that looks up that QR code and track them for their pixel on Facebook, for cookies on Google and YouTube, and we can show them videos and start delivering stuff to be omnipresent. That QR code is important. How productive are your mailers? How many mailers really get looked at? Well, we have clients send mailers out and they put a QR code on there. We can go into Google Analytics and see how many people went in there and looked at that. And we know those people are a little bit further along in the funnel. So QR codes actually tie everything in together. They don't cost hardly anything. You can do free QR codes if you want. There's opportunities to do branded QR codes. There's a thousand ways to do QR codes right now. The best way to do is just to get it done. But QR codes tie everything in for these 7 best realtor marketing strategies. You can implement all of these. You can implement one of them, or you can implement none of them. But again, the ones that you do and the ones that you use for follow-up and the ones that you stick to are going to be the most effective. We see people making money off of all these and pushing their market value up and being more omnipresent in their industry and in their markets day after day by doing some of these strategies. So this is why we think they're that important. So again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, list them down low. I'd be happy to answer them. If you've got any feedback for us, by all means, send it to support@drivenleads.com. Again, I'm Nick Kramer from Driven Leads, and I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes out of your day to listen to me ramble on about stuff that I think is extremely important. Have a great day.